as soon as you're doing something good for yourself, you could still look from the outside like Humpty Dumpty, but on the inside, you suddenly feel like a whole new person. Hey guys, it's Jermaine and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, I just want to say welcome. My name is Jermaine. I make videos about the fat acceptance, fat positive movement. I also talk about obesity and my opinions on it. I also share my personal stories as somebody who used to be obese and what it was like for me, what I learned along the way, and just everything in relation to fatness and obesity. So if you're into those kind of content, then you might want to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell because I upload new videos at least once a week. And if you're returning to my channel, I just want to say welcome back. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for being subscribed to my channel. You guys got me to 2,000 subscribers in such short amount of time, and I'm still like trying to wrap my head around it. I know it's not like a lot compared to other YouTubers, but to me, I'm doing something that I'm so passionate about, that is to talk about things that matter to me, and to see that a lot of people are supportive of that and have subscribed to my channel and want to be a part of my little community that I'm trying to create here. It really means the world to me. So thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. As you guys know, on my channel, we've always covered the craziness of the fat acceptance movement.
Some adults need strollers too, and that stroller is a wheelchair.
It's like riding a bull, you gotta lean with it.
We've talked a lot about fat positive, body positive, and just all their bizarre, wild statements.
And then you see a broad like me, just a big behemoth, living my best life. That's just gotta hurt.
And it kind of make it seem as if that's the majority of the obese people in the world, but that's not the case. There's also a small group of people who are obese and who are trying to work on their life and just be better, who are trying to lose weight, who are trying to gain a better quality of life. And they are out there doing their thing. I was one of them. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you who watch my videos, you are one of those people as well. Saw a problem, didn't like staying that way, did something about it, or even trying to do something about it right now. Those are my favorite group of fat people. They inspire me and they make me want to be better. So today's video is a little different than what I've been covering all this while. Today we're going to be talking about one of the positive, like genuinely positive people in the fat community, not fat acceptance, just fat community. As I've mentioned before, this is not a channel where I want to condone or bash fat people. I do not support or condone the idea of making fun of them for eating or making fun of them because they can't fit into a chair or things like that. I don't think that just because someone allowed themselves to get to that big, yes, we can look at it and be disappointed in them, but I don't think it is okay to make fun and laugh and make a mockery out of them. Only people that I ever talk about on my channel, or you could say attack, are the fat acceptance, the people who are promoting obesity.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy, and I am 100% glorifying obesity, and there's nothing you can do about it.
The people who are dancing around, shaking their fats, the people who are telling you that they look beautiful like this, the people who are telling you that there's nothing wrong with their body and that they love themselves, the people like J-Bay who's demanding things from society, asking them to change their building structures and build them better stuff and give them free plane seats and things like that. Those are the people that I have a bone to pick with. I do not have a bone to pick with fat people in general, just regular fat people, and let me tell you why. Because you never know a fat person's story. And so today's video, I thought it'd be interesting to bring to light people like this, because I feel like if you are fat or you've ever been fat before, you can totally relate to what this person is saying. Her name is Caitlin Shepherd. She posts TikTok videos about her journey of trying to lose weight. She is an obese person, and everything that she said in this video just like broke my heart because I can relate to everything she's saying. I'm so glad that I'm not in that place right now, but I really remember what it was like being at that place.
To be the person that just keeps barking up the same tree, but it's really bothering me recently. Specifically since I started losing weight, it is bothering me so bad, okay? My first impressions are always ruined. Doesn't matter. If you are fat, if you're a fat person, if you're overweight, if you're plus size, whatever you want to call it, you guys always get mad at me for calling it fat, but whatever. Your life is just set up for you. It really is, because you no longer get a first impression. You don't. Because if you're fat, your first impression is that you're fat. You don't get to be funny. You don't get to be quirky. You don't get to be cute. You don't get to be anything. You don't get to be hot. You don't even get to be ugly. You're fat. That's just all you are. And anything else that comes after that is just an add-on, a bonus, because nobody cares. At the end of the day, nobody cares. Because if you're fat, nobody cares what you have to say. They can sit here all day, all night, all afternoon, and they can say that they care about you, blah, 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 but they don't. They don't. Because a first impression is everything. As much as a lot of people say, oh, like when I first met you, I thought you sucked and now I love you. Like, and that's great, you know, but when that's always the case, it sucks. It literally sucks ass because you don't get to be anything other than fat until you prove yourself otherwise. So being fat, you're constantly proving yourself. You're constantly proving that just because you're fat, you're not dumb. You're not rude. You're not stupid. And like automatically, you don't get to be anything else. And it literally sucks. And nobody talks about it. And it pisses me off. Like my whole life. Literally my whole life. I don't get to choose, you know? I don't get to be the nice girl, like the nice funny girl. I don't get to be pretty first. I'll always be fat first. And it pisses me off.
I can totally relate to everything she's saying in this video. When you're a fat person, you are first fat before anything else. But at the same time, you cannot blame them because it's a first impression thing. Before you've done anything, we are only taking you at face value. That's why you dress up to go to a job interview. You could be an amazing lawyer, for example. But if you're going to show up at a job interview and you're dressed like this, no one's going to take you seriously. No one's going to think that you are a professional or that you are there for a job interview because first impression does matter. And unfortunately, when you're a fat person, the first impression is going to be that you're big. She's a big girl. And I think it's the same also if you're like extremely skinny or even if you're disabled. The first thing people are going to notice is, yes, the disability before they get to know you. And that's just how it is. You can't really change that. This is why, I think I've shared this before, but this is exactly why when I was an obese person, I desperately needed people to know that I could sing. So that people can go from, instead of just she's a big girl to, oh, she's a singer who happened to be a big girl. If you get what I mean. My talent was what made me like very popular in my community. It was because I sang. I would perform at like events. I would perform at, even when I was in school, I was always singing. I went from just being the fat girl to, oh, let's get Jermaine to sing, or Jermaine to perform, or like, oh, she's a singer. And that made me feel like, okay, that was my identity. And what's super like embarrassing is people used to tell me, it doesn't matter that you're a big girl because people come here to watch you sing. It really made me feel like, do you guys remember that movie called, I think it was like 200 pounds something, where that girl, the fat one, is actually the singer and she's like hidden behind, and then the beautiful like slim gorgeous girl, she's the actual singer in front. I remember just being like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm just like a good singer and that's all that I am. Like, I'm not pretty. What was supposed to be a compliment kind of made me feel like, I don't know, it just made me feel very ugly. I kind of felt like I understand what Ed Sheeran goes through. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Darling, you look perfect tonight. I like Ed Sheeran. I love Ed Sheeran. I know a lot of girls who have a crush on him. I used to have a crush on him too. So sometimes it's okay if you're not very like attractive because you have other things that can compensate from that. Your personality, good wit, all of that can compensate for your unattractiveness. Also, another thing, sometimes what someone finds unattractive, someone else would find attractive. My best friends and I, we are 3 girls. All 3 of us have very different tastes in like what we think is beautiful or what we think is gorgeous. We would sometimes like just bring up a random girl or a random guy, and I would be like, no, I don't think that guy or that girl's attractive, and then 2 of them will be like, oh my god, I think she's gorgeous. Or like the other way around. Even just like, I personally find Chris Hemsworth more attractive than Chris Evans. And my best friend, she thinks Chris Evans is more attractive than Chris Hemsworth. Actually, she doesn't even think Chris Hemsworth is attractive at all. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Do you have eyes, my friend? Everybody's got their own cup of tea. So you're always somebody's cup of tea. And I know that there are guys out there who like big girls, or there are girls out there who like big guys. Whatever the case is, we're not talking about whether you're attractive or not. We're talking about whether, is it normal to look like that? Is it healthy to look like that? Anyway, I got diverted. I'm so sorry. Let's get back to what Caitlin is saying. Talking about being obese and like people looking at you and the first thing they see is that you're an obese person. What really sucked for me was when I was on a weight loss journey, obviously it takes a while for you to lose the weight. So maybe the first group of people that would know that you lost weight would be the people who know you. But what about the people who don't know you? To them, this is their first impression of you. You could have lost like 10 kg or 5 kg and they wouldn't know because this is their first impression of you, and to them you're still obese. I remember when I first started losing weight, the judgment that I would get if I were to go to like McDonald's, for example, having not eaten like any fast food for maybe like 20 days, just being super healthy, and then like one day I'm just like, okay, you know what, I just want to treat myself a little bit. It's not going to do anything. I'm on a weight loss journey. I know my calories, so just a one-time thing. But just the fact that me and my 100 over kg self standing and queuing up at McDonald's or even like eating a burger in public, it's not a good look. And what really sucks was all I needed was just like one tiny judgmental look or one tiny encounter with someone saying something snide to me or something that made me feel like bad about myself can literally push me over the edge. And tell me if you guys can relate to this. Like, you're doing so good, you're eating so healthy, you're working out, everything is going good. Of course, it's too soon to see results yet, but you know you're doing something good for yourself, and so you're happy and you're working hard and all of that. And then suddenly you bump into someone, or suddenly someone like looks at you and says something, and it just like makes you feel like, you know what, why am I even doing this? And then you just want to go back and eat like potato chips and gorge down chocolates and ice creams or something. Which is why I don't like when people like attack or point out that fat people this, fat people that, because you really don't know what someone is doing. The only people that I ever attack on my channel are the activists. The activists who are lying to you, the activists who talk nonsense, the activists who go around saying like you don't need to eat healthy and things like that. Those are the people that I have a problem with. Every single person is on a different path, and we really don't know what someone is doing or what someone is working towards. We don't know their journey. Somebody who's like really slim could be on a journey of actually becoming fat, and you don't know that. Or somebody who's like really fat could be on a journey of losing weight, and maybe eating a McDonald's cheeseburger was on their allocated calorie for that day. Maybe they planned it out. Like when I was on a weight loss journey and I knew that, oh, today was the day I was going to like gorge down like cheeseburger and jalapeno poppers, which is so many calories, I would not eat the whole day, because I knew that that one day, that one night, that evening was going to be like my big meal. And so I just won't eat until that time comes, and then I will just eat that, and that is like my allocated calories for the whole day. And I did good. Yes, I enjoyed myself. I didn't go over calories. And then, so you don't know, that person's burger and that person's jalapeno poppers could be their one cheat day, and it could be that one meal that they're eating for the entire day. You don't know that. Also, another thing that really sucks is nobody believes that you know what you're doing until they see results. I'm saying it again. Nobody ever believes that you know what you're doing when it comes to weight loss until there's results. Everyone's gonna think that they can give you unsolicited advice, think that you want to hear what they want to say. This used to happen to me all the time. Like, I'm on a journey, just leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. And what sucks is they don't realize that when they do that, they're making you overwhelmed. I remember when I first started losing weight, when I first wanted to lose weight, the advice that I got was to eat like super clean. And then some people told me cut out all sugar. And so guess what I did? I cut out all sugar. And yeah, I lost. So usually when I'm losing weight, the first place that I lose is my stomach. And so my stomach started going down. But how long could I cut out sugar? I like completely cut out sugar. What kind of life is that? I cannot live like that. I know some people can, but I'm sorry, I cannot. I'm normal. And so I was like, okay, fine. So no sugar at all. So meaning when I say no sugar at all, I mean like no fruits as well. Along the way, I was like, I cannot do this anymore. This is so ridiculous. Like, I can't go to people's birthday parties. I can't. And if I go to someone's birthday party and I eat just one cake, then it's over for me. Everything is gone. I go back to square one again. So like, why even try do this? And then the next one was like, people telling me that I should eat like super clean and what I should eat and this and that. So I did that. But then after a while, I'm like, I cannot live like this. It made me want to relapse again and go back. The final thing that someone told me that actually worked was a very close friend of mine, because she had lost a lot of weight, and she just told me one thing: just focus on your calories. Eat less and burn more. That's all. So if you're going to eat your favorite biscuit, if you're going to eat your rice, whatever you're going to eat, make sure that you measure them out, make sure you're eating within a calorie deficit, because at that time obviously I knew nothing about calories, and gosh, was it an eye-opener. So that really helped me get on a path of like, okay, doing it right. So I was doing it right and I started seeing results. But of course, I would go to the gym and then I would see some random person over there and they would start giving me advice on what I should do. Or even like exercise. Like people, I had somebody who I knew, one of my friend, he's a personal trainer, and as soon as he knew that I was like trying to lose weight, he started giving me like all this advice. He was like, just do cardio alone, and just diet and cardio. And I was like, okay. And then along the way, someone else tells me, oh, you need to do weight training. And I'm just like, okay, so do I just do cardio? Because someone said just do cardio, and then along the way someone else would tell you nonsense like, oh, if you do weight you're gonna get bulky, especially like because I got big hips, so your thighs and your hips are gonna be very bulky. I'm just like, oh god, I don't know what am I supposed to do anymore. And then I remembered, just eat less and move more. At the end of the day, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you're moving more and eating less. So if you're going to do weights, if you're going to walk on the treadmill or run or whatever, as long as I'm moving more and I'm eating less, I'll be fine. And so I just like drowned out every other voice. It was working for me already, so why am I so concerned? Even with me coming home from work and exercising only for like 20 minutes or 15 minutes sometimes, I used to think it doesn't count, because I don't know if you guys have heard like those YouTube videos of like personal trainers saying that you have to work out at least half an hour, because the first half an hour is not really like burning any calories or something, and then so the first half an hour is just like a warm up, and then the next half an hour is what counts. And I used to be like, oh my gosh, I can't do that, because I cannot even work out. But then actually just the fact that I was moving, from someone who's never moved before, who has not exercised before, doing 20 minutes of workout every single day actually did change. I think when I first started, I was doing 5 to 10 minutes movement just to exercise, and I would feel so exhausted, then I would stop, and then I slowly upped it. I was doing like 20 minutes to 30 minutes exercise for like I think a good 5 months, and I dropped weight. So in the beginning, when I first started my weight loss journey, I was doing like 1,200 calories, and then I met someone who was like, oh, 1,200 calories is too little, you should do 1,300 to 1,500. And then I met someone who was like, oh, you should only eat 1,000 calories. And I'm just like, how do you people decide how many calories I should eat? You're not even like my nutritionist. You didn't even like check me or do any like test. You didn't even ask me how much I work out or how much I've been eating, like nothing. So how do you know? Just leave me alone. I totally get that people want to help, because I can get that way too. As soon as I hear someone's like on a weight loss journey, I get so excited. I'm just like, okay, tell me, what are you doing? And then I remember even like my best friend, who when she was also trying to lose weight, and I would tell her to like measure out her strawberries when she's making a smoothie, and I realized after some time, you know what, like I cannot be so controlling. Just let people do what they're doing. But I think because for me, I was like measuring everything out, and so I was so like, you have to measure. Now I don't measure that much like I used to, because I feel like now I can kind of gauge how many calories are in things. I only measure just to like know how much of protein and carbs I'm consuming, because I'm supposed to like control those two things right now. But other than that, I don't really measure anymore. But I became so controlling that as soon as I figured out like this new remedy and how calories work, I started feeling like I needed to like help the world, and like everybody needs me. And sometimes no, just leave people alone. Let people do what they're doing. If they need advice, they'll come to you.
I'm currently on my hot girl walk right now, and I kind of wanted to share some wisdom with you guys that I have learned recently. So I saw this quote on Pinterest, and it said, choose your hard. And at first I was like, yeah, okay, I mean, that's life. But if you really think about it, it makes total sense. It is hard for me being fat and thinking that nobody's ever gonna love me until I'm skinny, and feeling so insecure, and knowing that I would be able to fully grasp my life if I was healthier and more confident in my body. But it's also hard being disciplined and going on these hot girl walks and doing the diet and losing the weight. But with one of those options, I get results. And with the other one, I just get nothing. It never changes, because it's a vicious cycle. Choose your hard. It's hard cutting people out of your life. It's hard. It's even harder, like letting somebody run you over and ditch you constantly and just beat you like a punching bag because you let them, because they think that they can. It's hard. But choose your hard. It's hard waking up every day and knowing that you have so much to do and feeling overwhelmed or going through life problems. But it's even harder laying in bed wishing that you would have done it and knowing that you still have to do it. Choose your heart. I mean, really think about it. The past 10 years of my life, it's always been in my mind like, man, I wish that I was skinny. Or I wish that I was skinny so somebody would love me. I wish that I was skinny so I can finally find the love of my life and be able to do all of the things that I want to do with him. Or I wish that I was skinny so I could go do this with my friends, but I can't. Or all of the times that I did go out and do things, but I was always worried that people were going to know or think that I was fat. But at the end of the day, if I would have just done the work 10 years ago, when I was 12, but I mean, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if I would have done the work, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. But I chose my heart, and I chose incorrectly. Or maybe I did choose correctly. Maybe I needed that in my life in order to get to where I am now. But needless to say, choose your heart. I'm choosing the hard now. That's short term. I mean, technically it's a long-term solution. It's going to add more years to my life. It's going to give me more time with my friends. It's going to give me more options. It's going to open up doors for me that have always been sealed shut and deadbolted. And I am so excited for that. And I just want you guys to know, choose your heart. Choose your heart. Because I love you guys, and I know that you love me too, and I just want the best for us. I do. And I wish that I would have made this decision, like I said, 10 years ago, but unfortunately I did not. But that is okay, because I have made the decision now. We're going to do the work, and we're going to get out here, and we're going to do the damn thing. And that's on being a hot bitch. I have nothing else to say for you. I don't.
I love this type of people. I love how she calls it hot girl walk. I remember when I first started, actually until today I'm still calling it that because I'm still working on my weight. I call it Project Get Hot. So I like how I like when people have like a little like mission, or they call their agenda or their plan like something. It's so cute. I think it's so like, it's extra motivating. So if calling it hot girl walk makes you want to go out there and like do it, then call it that. Let me know if you guys feel this way as well, because I know like a lot of you who watch my videos are either on a weight loss journey or have lost weight before, and I just love reading all your stories. And yeah, so tell me if you guys can relate to this. But as soon as you lose weight, even a little bit, as soon as you're doing something good for yourself, you could still look from the outside like Humpty Dumpty, but on the inside you suddenly feel like a whole new person. You start like feeling all different. Like, you look at yourself in front of the mirror and it's Big Mama house too. But for some reason, that's not what you see. You feel like Jennifer Lopez just because you're doing something good. I used to be a huge fan of Jessie from Little Mix. If you guys know Little Mix, Jessie, one of the singers, used to be like my idol. I used to be obsessed with her style. I used to be obsessed with the way she danced, the way she talked, the way she sang. Just everything about her was my favorite. I remember I used to dress up like her. As soon as I started losing a little bit of weight, I used to dress up like her. And in my mind, I genuinely felt like I looked like her. And my sister, she'll be like, nah mate, this ain't it. She's like, your legs look like elephant legs in those shorts. But to me, I was so delusional. I really felt like, no, I think I see Jessie. This is Jessie Nelson. I was not insecure anymore. And then just like 2 years later, when I look back at those pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Like, no, I really thought. And because of that, I was very traumatized. It took me so long to start being able to wear shorts again. Even like right now, I still sometimes like cannot unsee what my thighs used to look like back then when I was wearing shorts and I thought I was Jessie. So now I feel like I cannot even trust myself. I'm just like, does it look like elephant legs? I can't tell. I get so nervous. I'm like, I cannot trust my eyes anymore. I think I'm hotter than I actually look because of all the confidence. It's so dangerous when you're overly confident. Anyway, I feel like these are the kind of fat TikToks I want to see. These are the fat people that I want to see on TikToks. The ones that are inspiring the world. The ones that are sharing like personal struggles and personal stories that other people can relate to. And the ones that are like going on hot girl walks. Like, I want to go on hot girl walks when I see someone her size going on a hot girl walk. Anyway, That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because I upload new videos at least once a week. Do check out Caitlin's account. I'll link her TikTok below if you guys want to go check out her account. I also am on TikTok and Instagram. I realize I never talk about it. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you like. I'm not forcing you to, but if you like, you can go on there. I kind of post like whatever that I'm doing on a daily, like what I'm eating, what workouts I'm doing, stuff like that. So if you guys want to go check out those accounts, you can. The links are in the description box below as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.